And new developments this afternoon in Henry Ruggs' felony DUI case. It's delayed once again over the fight over which judge will preside over it. Las Vegas's Justice of the Peace Harmony Letitia told Ruggs and his legal team earlier today that she lacks the authority to decide whether she or another judge should preside over the hearing to determine if Ruggs could stand trial. This comes just weeks after another judge recused himself from overseeing DUI charges because of comments that judge made while running for office. Ruggs faces charges in the deadly crash that killed Tina Tinter and her dog back in November of 2021. Prosecutors have said Ruggs faces more than 50 years in prison if convicted.